Hey guys, it's Aito Japan. Today I want to share a few things I learned during the process when I was building my house in Japan. These are things that the builder didn't tell me, or they forgot to tell me, things that I had to figure out on my own. So whether you're building a new house or even buying an Akiya, these are things that you should be aware of. Number 1, surroundings. So even if your house or land is perfect, you won't be able to control what's around it. For example, we have this electric pole that slightly blocks our view. The builder never mentioned it. Maybe they never noticed. It's not a huge issue, but we did choose the land for the view. So builders won't always point out small drawbacks like this. Here are a few things you can check. Anything that could block your view or the sunlight. Empty plots nearby that could be built on later and would eventually block your view. And road width and access. Maybe it'll be hard to park. Maybe it's too narrow for the car you want to drive. It's also good to pay attention to things like trash collection, where do they put the trash? Or neighbors. Whether it's an apartment or a house, sometimes you get weird neighbors. These are things no one will actually check for you, much less tell you, so you'll have to check it by yourself. One thing you can do is visit the property at different times of the day and really just stand there and observe. Number 2, deadlines. When building a house, you often need to make decisions by a certain date. But in reality, the true deadline is when the materials are actually ordered. As long as it's before that, changes might still be possible. For example, our sunken living room. At first, we actually decided not to include it. Later, I casually asked again, and the builder said yes, surprisingly. Because they hadn't ordered the materials yet, they said as long as we decide on the spot, we can still do it. And we did. On the other hand, our exterior developer told us we can change our fence color until a certain date. We actually contacted them a week before that date. They said they'll reorder the materials, and they could only say sorry. So what you can take from this is that not all deadlines are final, but also don't rely on flexibility. Always ask the builder, the renovation company, or the exterior developer, or whatever, when are the materials actually being ordered. That's your true deadline. Number 3, money. Unexpected costs will come up. Builders or renovation companies, they might have a general idea, but usually you won't know until it's there. In our case, we discovered large rocks underground. To remove them, we had to pay 1 million yen. After negotiating, we were able to reduce it to about a third. Another example was our exterior. We were initially quoted around 2 million yen, but the final cost was much higher. Also, mistakes can happen. There were a couple times when a 0 or 2 were missing in our estimates. Our builder fixed that quickly, but it's something you have to watch out for. Always review your quotes. If you're building, some hidden costs would be maisetsubutsu or removal of buried objects, jibankairyohi, or ground improvement, yohiki, or retaining walls. If possible, you can ask about past projects from previous clients. They might be able to give you a rough idea of what it actually costs. If you're interested in the costs, please check my video on what it costs to build a house in Japan. Number 4, time. Everything will take longer than you expect. And it's not just the builder. There are delays from bank approvals, paperwork, bureaucracy, lots of things. And then there's weather. If it rains for 2 straight weeks, construction will stop. Some builders will also pause work during peak summer, just because it's hot. In our case, in the month of August, they stopped construction altogether. So because there will be delays, timing your move from your old place to your new house, you might end up paying the rent for your old apartment or house, along with the mortgage in your new property. So always assume that there's going to be a delay and plan for that. Maybe save up. Number 5, design and culture. Builders can only work with what you tell them. If you don't say it, it's not going to happen. They will usually default to what's standard in Japan. One commenter pointed out that our stairs only had one side railing. I think it's actually normal here. Same with materials. If you don't like veneer flooring and you like real hardwood, you'd have to push for it. If you have specific preferences, you have to be pretty explicit about it. And if you want to give them flexibility, like just let them do whatever they do in Japan, that's also fine, but communicate that. If you're going for a fully custom house, builders will often say yes to your requests. You might have to push a little, but the important thing is you ask. Number 6, disaster risk. This is probably the most important one. So Japan has very detailed hazard maps, and you should always check them out yourself. Even if the builder or your real estate agent explains all the risks, don't rely on that alone. Check it yourself. You can use the official hazard map on this website. So you can check for things like flood risks, landslides, earthquake zones, things like that. This is something you really don't want to overlook, even if you have pretty robust insurance. Building a house in Japan was a great experience, but these were things that I wish I had known earlier. If you're planning to buy or build a property here, hopefully this helps you avoid some of these issues. Thanks again, see you in the next one.